Really appreciate all of you that came out tonight. I am not a member of the Environmental Investigation Coalition, the Waterfront Sportsmen, or, and it's sort of like I have nothing to do with these people. Actually, 6 months ago, I'd never heard of Dale Swiggett or any of this. And then I happened to see one of those ads that they were talking about that ran. And I saw the name Gene Boyce. Now, I know Gene. He's one of the smartest people in North Carolina, and he used to hang around my office when he was suing the state to get rid of the intangibles tax. I'm an accountant. I do taxes. Gene and I both knew it was unconstitutional. The courts agreed, and the state wouldn't settle the case. So Gene can do whatever he darn well pleases, and if he pleases to associate with Dale, I think I'm going to check out what Dale has to say. So I did. I didn't take his word for it. I've been doing a little bit of digging. And some of the stuff I found, I'm not surprised I didn't know it, but if y'all didn't know it, y'all ought to be kind of concerned. For example, you have a huge problem with saltwater infiltration in eastern North Carolina. Now, you can blame it on the drought, or you can blame it on the fact that when all that fresh water flows down from the mountains, a whole bunch is getting pumped out in a dewatering operation. I wrote an article this week. Tomorrow you'll be able to get it online at thecountyedge.net, along with a lot of my older articles, some of them talking about this county, some of them talking about Pamlico County. But the quote in it about aquifer dewatering actually comes from West Virginia. Loss of water supplies because of mining often lead to severe hardships for the supply users, with the resultant need to haul in water from outside sources or to replace lost supplies with deeper wells. There's a lot of well redrilling going on around the state. Maybe it's a drought. Maybe it's not. Since I don't know, I just toss it out as a possibility. And it does mention lawsuits usually result when there is a major disagreement about the cause or source for a water problem. Gee, I think that sounds about right. I don't know how many of you have heard of cadmium before, aside from in batteries. Cadmium poisoning can be a major problem. In Japan, they had a huge national problem due to cadmium poisoning. So happens that one of the byproducts of mining for phosphorus is cadmium, and it so happens that some people knew all the way back in 2001 that the mining operation is concentrating the cadmium in some of the ponds and reclaimed lands at 300 times the normal natural incidence of it. Cadmium is highly toxic, cancer-causing in fact. Just probably a coincidence. Supposedly Van Gogh cut off his ear because he was crazy, possibly because he painted with cadmium paints. Just, interesting tidbits I came across. And the Division of Water Quality has spent millions monitoring the saltwater infiltration, and they have this massive plan to make everybody else cut back on water usage so the aquifer will refill. They know you have a very depleted aquifer. And guess what happens? It's sort of like if you have a balloon holding up the ground and you deflate the balloon, the ground goes down. There's a paper that Duke University put out just last year talking about the fact that the North Carolina coast is one of the most endangered in the world because while you might have the water rising due to global warming, you definitely have the land subsiding, which makes the problem a lot bigger. And what I found was really cute. It was this little map, which y'all can look at later, and the red on the map is the land they don't expect to be here. The people that own that land might be a tad upset. They might want to know why it went away.
103 South Granville Street on the
I'll let you take a look at it and pass it around.
Sign up in the yard tomorrow morning.
I saw a cat